Today, we are going to demystify something you see all the time, but probably don't think twice about: video file formats. So let's just dive right in. You save a video, you download a movie, and you see that little extension at the end: MP4, MOV, MKV. And you have to wonder, right? Why are there so many? Why can't there just be one type of video file that does it all? Well, it turns out those different extensions aren't just random letters. Not at all. They exist for a really important reason. And, getting a handle on that reason is the key to managing your videos, whether you're a pro creator or you're just trying to share a funny clip with your friends. The whole reason for all this variety, it really just comes down to one thing: a fundamental balancing act. It's this constant tug of war that every single video format has to deal with. And here's the deal: you can almost never have both of these things at the same time. You can have a file with absolutely perfect, crisp, gorgeous quality, but it's gonna be huge. Or you can have a tiny little file that's super easy to share online, but you've got to give up some of that visual perfection. Every format out there is just a different attempt at solving this one problem. A great way to think about this is to look at old school physical media. A Blu-ray disc, it holds this stunning high-def movie with incredible sound. That's all about maximum quality. But then you have a CD, which is so much smaller and easier to carry around, making it way more portable. Digital video formats are basically forced to make that exact same kind of choice. Okay, so with that idea in mind, quality versus size, let's meet the main players in the video format world. Seriously, the best way to think about them is that each one is a different tool, and each one is built for a very specific job. First up, we've got the one you see literally everywhere: MP4. This is the master of compatibility, the format that just wants to be friends with every single device you own. And this table just spells it out perfectly. MP4 is the absolute king of streaming and sharing online. And that's because it just works. On your phone, your laptop, your TV, you name it. It pulls this off by using these really clever compression tricks to shrink the file size way down. The trade-off? Well, to get that small, convenient file, you do have to shave off a little bit of that top-tier quality. Next up, we have the format that video creators and the pros absolutely love. When quality is the number one thing, the only thing that matters, this is what they use. It's MOV. And right here, you see the total opposite end of that balancing act we talked about. MOV is amazing for professional editing because it's built from the ground up to preserve ridiculously high image quality. It actually keeps things like video, audio, and titles in separate tracks so nothing gets lost. The obvious con? The file sizes are, well, they're gigantic. Absolutely massive. And finally, let's talk about a format that's super flexible and powerful. It acts less like a simple file and more like a digital storage container for all kinds of stuff. This one is MKV. Yeah, the magic word for MKV is versatility. It is hands down the best way to store a complete media package. Think about backing up a movie from a Blu-ray. In just one single MKV file, you can pack in the movie, 5 different language tracks for audio, and 10 different subtitle options all bundled up together. Its only real weakness is that unlike our universal friend MP4, not every device out there knows how to play it right out of the box. Okay, so you've got all this knowledge now. The big question is, how do you actually pick the right one for what you're doing? Don't worry, it's actually much simpler than it sounds. Here's a super simple way to think about it. If you're uploading a video to social media or sending a clip to a friend, it's MP4. Almost always, MP4. If you're a filmmaker working on your next masterpiece, you're gonna wanna stick with MOV to keep all that beautiful quality. And if you're a movie buff archiving your collection with all the special features, MKV is your new best friend. It's as simple as that. So all of this leaves us with one last thing to think about. Technology, as we all know, never, ever stands still. We've got 8K video, we have virtual reality, interactive media is right around the corner. The perfect balance for today might be totally outdated tomorrow. What will the next great video format need to be capable of? That's the question that's driving the future of every